killed him right then, you know. I had my gun in my hand. This is different. I mean, now you take a man, you strap him in a chair, and you turn on electricity so strong his skin burns.
Does the police department recommend beating its suspects to this extent?
Under the circumstances, counsel of the department recommends shooting them.
Look, at least we got them. They're cop killers, and we're going for the chair on this one.
I knew you weren't right, Mitchell. I just couldn't put my finger on it. You're just scared, aren't you? You can't take it.
Killing people?
Do you think you're fit to work on a case of 2 men who killed a cop? Yeah, but you're not prepared to send him to the chair. You did nothing to help us extend the death penalty. What do you want to do, coddle men who kill cops? You're not fit to wear a badge.
I made the arrest.
I don't want to give this jury any choices. Either they put these guys in the chair, or they put them back on the street. End of story.
We got a problem.
We got a lot of problems.
I'm talking about Mitchell. Look, I talked to the guys and they're with me on this. Now, don't get me wrong, Mitchell's a good cop, but he doesn't believe in this, and I don't want to work with him on it.
Well, except for that woman who doesn't want to testify, he's the only witness who can put him in that alley.
Look, I don't trust him, and I don't think any of these other guys do.
You served in Korea, didn't you, Mitchell?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any objection to killing then?
We didn't shoot our prisoners, sir. You know, they shave their legs so the hair doesn't catch fire. Did you know that?
A man's got to do what he believes in, David.
Yeah, well, see, that's a problem. Because I believe in being a cop.
Line check, please.
I don't believe in executing people.
He was one of the greatest athletes in American sports. Ricky Bell had it all.
Do it, you know.
Fame, friends, and family.
I'll follow you anywhere, Ricky Bell. Anywhere.
But to one very special fan,
We're the only ones who treat him like a normal person.
Is his condition fatal?
It's hard getting him to talk. He's got some muscle problems. Hands and feet don't work the way they should. It frustrates him awful.
he was to become a real hero.
Try.
That's right. That's what life is all about. Never quit, no matter what.
And the only promise of real hope.
Can't run like the rest of us.
Why don't you start thinking about fighting the good fight, running the race that's been given to you?
Handicapped races?
You do your best no matter what.
I can't even start.
All right, then we got some training to do, you and me.
Just don't promise what you can't deliver.
But soon, Ricky Bell's own world would be turned upside down.
I want you to level with me. Are you okay? Physically, I mean.
And he would be fighting the greatest battle of his life.
You know, I'm gonna call the doctor. Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow may be too late, honey.
It's a muscle disease.
So how do I get over this?
There's no cure.
No. What does this mean about football?
I gotta recommend that you don't play.
Hey, listen, I need to play.
There is also the possibility of complications to the heart and lungs. It's very rare. It only happens in 5...
Hold on. So if it goes to my heart and lungs, then what happens? I'm dead, right?
Now the student would become the teacher.
You give your all, no matter what race you run.
Little chum, you giving me a pep talk?
Go with the flow.
And a child's love
I wish you well.
would give them both the courage to fight. New Jack City's Mario Van Peebles, L.A. Law's Susan Rattan, Polly Holiday, and Lane Davis in an inspiring true story of hope, dedication, and courage. Triumph of the Heart.
If she only knew what was about to happen.
I was 16 years old the night that I slept with Darren. Do you sleep with every woman who flirts with you?
I never kiss and tell.
But then, nobody knew.
6 years later, I got AIDS.
Now she's part of the most compelling issue of our time.
She's freezing. I was a white, 22-year-old heterosexual female from a good family living on the Upper East Side. There was no way I had AIDS. No way.
I'm gonna die.
This is a story of innocence lost, about harsh realities.
Stay the hell away from me!
And about battling the most terrifying odds.
It was almost like old times. But it wasn't. I was now a PWA, a person with AIDS, and nothing would ever be the same.
And through it all, Allison Gertz still found something in her heart to share.
If you want to heal yourself, shame is the first thing you have to overcome. And hope is the first thing you gotta find.
Martin Landau, Perry King, Lee Grant, and Molly Ringwald as Allison. Fatal Love, a true story.
I can give you a lift. It's really no problem.
Okay.
In the blackness of night, a most unspeakable act. And though her daughter was brutally murdered, her child's life stolen from her, the greatest ordeal was yet to come.
What blood type was found?
B negative. Cross-matched perfectly with samples from Peter Lipton.
Peter Lipton is a responsible young man with a promising future.
He's pleading temporary insanity.
The jury only knows what it hears. He's already planted reasonable doubt in the jury's mind.
He killed her. You know it, and I know it.
We find the defendant, Peter Lipton, not guilty by reason of insanity.
Suddenly, the world had gone crazy.
We did everything right, and it still came out wrong.
There's something we can do.
Nothing made sense.
We lost.
She was alone.
Please, let it go.
Hey! Hey!
It was then she decided to exact the punishment herself.
I don't know if you understand. I suggest you get professional help.
The price was too great.
I don't need help.
Peter! You can't get away with that.
I need justice.
Your daughter could be next. Look at him! Look at him!
What the hell's going on, Laura?
Hey, crazy lady. You should be more careful.
She couldn't escape the torment.
About everything.
So in time, her unbearable grief turned to deadly obsession.
We find the defendant not guilty by reason of insanity.
It was tragic irony.
She killed a man. I've got to prosecute her.
I did what had to be done.
How are we supposed to survive this, too?
There's no room for the so-called vigilante in our judicial system.
Laura Elias pleads not guilty by reason of insanity.
Absolutely not.
Are you crazy, Mommy?
You feel responsible, don't you? You are a mother who has endured the greatest tragedy of all. The murder of her child. You are not a killer, Laura.
Donna Mills, Lee Grant. Overruled.
This woman came into my home and stole my little girl. I don't want to hurt this woman. I just want Sophie back. I just want my daughter back.
I can't breathe. You're taking up all the air. I feel like I'm drowning.
I don't understand.
I tried. Maybe I didn't. I don't know anything anymore. I just know that I don't want to be married. Not anymore. Not to you.
You need this baby like you need more bad luck.
Mom, if you didn't want to help, why don't you just say so?
Cal.
Get back in the house. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't want to put on a show for the neighbors.
I'm pregnant.
You know what my CO would say if I divorced a pregnant woman?
It's none of his business.
Yeah, right. I'll be sure to tell him that when he puts in my efficiency rating that I walked out on my unborn child.
What did you do with the baby, Karen?
Are you crazy? I didn't do anything.
Tell me where you hid the body.
kill Sophie, you son of a bitch! I didn't kill her! Take him home, Mrs. Williams. I'll be in touch.
Don't you want to see your baby girl, Captain Hudson?
Well, we got an election coming up. And the way we figure it, nobody serious has ever ran against Cantrell. We're going to change that. We'll form our own party. Not Democrat, not Republican, but veterans.
As I understand it, this boy left half his brain on some battlefield. We'll get him up in front of the people of this town and let them see exactly what kind of man wants to be their mayor.
Mr. Meadows, what are your plans for running our city?
I can run this town. I can run this town. Just as
you were saying?
Jesse! Jesse, if you hurt yourself, you're gonna hurt Becky and Sam too. Is that what you want?
Give me that gun, Jesse. I can't stand it anymore, George. I can't think straight. I can't talk straight. I don't want to be like this. I don't know.
You said I walked out on you. I let you down. And you're right. For a long time, I didn't really know where I belonged. Now I know. And if the offer still stands, I'd like to run for mayor of the Veterans Party.
Safe. Dixon, you're placing me in an impossible position.
Ditto.
Don't do this. There are motions to file. We can keep the government away for months. You've brought pain and misery to the entire family. What you've done to Dixon is unforgivable.
Who the hell are you to talk about forgiveness?
The best I can tell you is it was a man's name.
Some man has in his pocket a check from my wife for $850,000.
I find you very attractive. If that embarrasses you, so be it.
Helen.
I'm available. All right.
When Mom was in the most desperate trouble of her life, it wasn't you she went to for help. You tell me why that is. Dad!
You really ought to talk to a doctor.
Ray, please.
It's on the form. At the bottom. HSV2. That's what they tested her for, and I guess...
What exactly is HSV2?
Genital herpes.
How'd you make out with the feds?
Is that why you're here?
It isn't every day. I got a federal grand jury out there trying to string me up by my gonads.
There are problems. I think the records are very damaging.
Maybe I should have looked at those records before you did. Some of those problems might have disappeared.
Sandy. The Senate has a message for you. Find the safe. Do you know what he's talking about?
Well, I know this. Somebody's been giving him information while I'm kept completely in the dark. This isn't just another investigation for Senate. It's an opportunity to harass me. You consider that fair?
I may not know as much as you think.
Don't give me any of that crap, Stern. Fraud, honor, respect. We're talking about your children here.
It's wrong. When you listen to yourself, you sanctimonious